You know what's killing you right now? Not stress, not bad genes, not even bad luck. It's that belly, that stubborn, jiggly, embarrassing lower belly fat that you've been carrying around for years. And you know what's making it worse every single day? You're sitting. You're sitting at your desk. You're sitting in your car. You're sitting on your couch watching somebody else live their best life on a screen while you sink deeper into the cushions, and that belly just grows, day by day, inch by inch, until one day you look in the mirror and you don't recognize the person looking back at you. Listen to me. I know that feeling. I lived it. But here's what nobody is telling you, and I mean nobody. You don't need to run a marathon to torch that lower belly fat. You don't need a fancy gym membership. You don't need to be 22 years old and full of energy. You need a chair. That's it. One ordinary chair. The same chair you're probably sitting in right now. And by the end of what I'm about to tell you, you're going to know exactly how to turn that chair from a piece of furniture into the most powerful fat-burning machine in your home. My name is Jack, and I have been studying the human body for over 7 decades. I have trained presidents and movie stars and ordinary working people. I have watched people transform themselves at 60, 70, even 80 years old. And the number one thing that destroys people, the number one silent killer? Inactivity. Pure, lazy, sedentary inactivity. And the number one excuse for that inactivity? I don't know how to start. I don't have the right equipment. I'm too old. I'm too tired. I'm too far gone. Baloney. Let me tell you something about where I started. When I was a kid, I was a mess. Weak, sickly, addicted to sugar and junk food. I had terrible posture and zero energy. People looked at me and saw nothing special. And you know what I did? I decided that my body was going to be my life's work. Not because I had resources, not because I had great coaches, but because I made a decision. And the most important decision you can make about your lower belly fat starts today, right here, with a chair. Now here's the science, and I'm going to keep it simple, because simple is what works. Your lower belly, that pouch below your navel, is one of the most stubborn fat storage areas in the entire human body. Think of your body like an engine, a big, powerful, magnificent engine, and fat is stored fuel. Your body is designed to hold onto that fuel for emergencies, for hard times, for survival, and it holds hardest to the belly fat. Because historically, that's where your body protected your vital organs. So when you try to lose belly fat, your body fights you. It resists. It digs in. But here's what breaks through that resistance. Movement. Consistent, regular movement that keeps your metabolism firing, that keeps your blood pumping, that keeps your muscles engaged. And you know what's beautiful about chair exercises? They create exactly that kind of movement. Even seated movement elevates your heart rate. Even seated movement engages your core muscles. Even seated movement sends a signal to your body that says, we are not storage. We are a machine that runs. You know what happens to an engine that sits still for years? It rusts. It seizes. It breaks down. That lower belly fat, that's rust. And every time you do a seated exercise, every time you move that body even a little, you are fighting the rust. You are keeping the engine alive. Now let me talk about the excuses. Because I've heard them all. Every single one. And I say this with love. Because tough love is the real love. Nobody ever got healthy from a pat on the back and a bowl of ice cream. I'm too old. Too old. People tell me this at 45. Let me ask you something. Is your heart beating right now? Are your lungs pulling in air? Then your body is alive and it can move. I have seen people in their 70s and 80s start chair exercises and lose real, measurable lower belly fat. Age is not a wall. Age is a number. What matters is whether you're willing to show up. And a chair workout is literally designed for people who feel their age in their joints, in their back, in their knees. The chair supports you while you work. That's the genius of it. I don't have time. You're telling me you can't find 15 minutes in 24 hours? You can't find 15 minutes while you're watching television? You can sit in front of a screen for 3 hours, but you can't spend 15 minutes on exercises that could literally change the shape of your body? Come on. Do not insult your own intelligence. You have time. You're choosing how to spend it. Starting today, choose better. I'm too tired to exercise. And here's where it gets interesting, because here's the truth that most people don't understand. Movement gives you energy. Movement gives you energy. When you sit still all day, your circulation slows. Your oxygen delivery to your cells slows. Your brain gets less fuel. You feel foggy and exhausted and depleted. But when you move, even when you do a few seated knee lifts in a chair, you pump blood through your system. You wake up your muscles. You release endorphins. You feel more alive, not less. The exhaustion you feel from inactivity is a lie your sedentary body tells you, and the only way to call that bluff is to move anyway. I don't have a gym. You don't need one. You need a chair. You already have a chair. We're done with this excuse. Next. Now listen. Here's what I want you to understand before we talk about the actual exercises. Exercise is king. Nutrition is queen. Together they build a kingdom. But even a king without a full kingdom can still conquer ground. Even small movement, even 5 minutes of seated work beats zero movement every single time. Do not let perfection be the enemy of progress. You don't need the perfect workout. You need a workout you will actually do. And these 6 chair exercises, you can do them anywhere. You can do them in your pajamas. You can do them between meetings. You can do them while your dinner is cooking. There is no excuse left standing. Let me take you through them, and I want you to really picture this. I want you to imagine yourself in that chair, firing up those muscles, telling that lower belly fat that its days are numbered. The first exercise is the seated knee lift. Simple, powerful. This is where we start. You sit up tall in your chair, and I mean tall. Spine straight, shoulders back, no slouching. You are not a wilted plant. You are a human being with a spine designed to be upright. From that tall seated position, you draw your right knee up toward your chest. Slowly, with control. You feel your lower abdominal muscles engage. That squeeze you feel right below your belly button, that is your body burning through stored energy. That is your body activating the muscles surrounding that stubborn lower belly fat. Hold it for 2 counts. Lower it. Switch to the left. That's 1 repetition. And you're going to do 15 on each side. And when you do them, I want you focused. I want you feeling every single repetition. Not watching TV, not scrolling your phone, you and your body working together. That lower belly fat has been ignored for too long. Now it gets attention, the kind of attention that burns it away. I remember the first time I taught this exercise to a woman in her 60s. She came to me embarrassed. She said, "Jack, I can't even do a sit-up. I haven't exercised in 15 years. I told her, "Sit in the chair, lift your knee." She did it. She laughed because it felt so simple. 3 months later, she called me and said, "Jack, 4 inches off my lower belly. 4 inches. From a chair. Never tell me it doesn't work." The second exercise is seated leg extensions. You're still sitting tall. You extend one leg straight out in front of you, parallel to the floor. Point that toe. Flex that quad. Hold it. Feel your lower abdominals brace to stabilize your body. Now, here's what people don't understand about this move. When you extend your leg and hold it, your core is working overtime to keep you stable. Your lower belly muscles are firing continuously. They're not just contracting once and relaxing. They are working. Sustained work at a low intensity is exactly how you mobilize stubborn lower belly fat. Your body starts tapping into that fat storage for fuel. That's chemistry. That's biology. That's Jack LaLanne telling you it works. Hold the extension for 3 counts. Lower it. Alternate sides. 15 repetitions each side. And flex hard. Don't be lazy about it. Every repetition is a vote for the body you want. The third exercise is the seated twist. Now we are targeting that belly fat from a completely different angle. You sit tall, always tall, and you place your hands on your shoulders, elbows out to the sides. From there, you rotate your torso to the right, slowly, deliberately. You feel your obliques engage. You feel the sides of your core firing up. Now rotate to the left, back and forth, controlled, powerful. This is not a race. This is precision work. Your lower belly stores fat in layers, the front, yes, but also the sides, the love handles, the flanks that spill over your waistband. The seated twist attacks from the sides. It wakes up those oblique muscles. It increases circulation directly to the tissues around your lower belly. And when you increase circulation to stored fat, you increase your body's ability to mobilize it. That fat starts to break down, slowly, consistently, over time. 20 repetitions, 10 each direction, and breathe. Exhale on the twist. That breath is what drives the oxygen to your working muscles. You know what? Let me tell you something about consistency. I wake up at 4 in the morning, every morning, not because I'm a masochist, not because I enjoy leaving a warm bed in the dark. I wake up at 4 in the morning because I made a deal with myself, a non-negotiable deal, and that deal has kept me healthier and more vital than most people half my age. That commitment, that 4 a.m. discipline is the same energy I'm asking from you. Not at 4 in the morning necessarily, but every single day. These chair exercises, every single day. Your lower belly fat didn't appear overnight. It accumulated through years of small choices. and it will disappear the same way through consistent daily small choices. The exercises are your daily choice. Make them. The fourth exercise is the chair march, and this one gets the heart rate up. This is where we shift from strength work to something that really gets the blood pumping through your entire system. And remember, blood flow is everything when it comes to burning that lower belly fat. You sit tall in your chair, you know the drill by now, and you begin marching your legs in place. Left knee up, left, left, right. You pump your arms at your sides like you're walking. You get moving. You march for 30 seconds to start, then a minute, then 2 minutes. And as you get stronger, you increase the pace. You drive those knees up higher. You swing those arms with more power. Chair marching is cardiovascular exercise. It raises your heart rate. It increases your oxygen consumption. It tells your metabolism to fire up, and a fired up metabolism burns fat, even the stubborn kind. Even the lower belly kind that has been laughing at your sit-ups for years. I'm telling you, I have seen people do chair marches for 3 minutes and break a sweat, a real sweat, sitting in a chair, because movement is movement. Your heart doesn't care whether you're standing or sitting, your lungs don't care, your metabolism doesn't care. What they care about is whether you're working, and the chair march makes you work. The fifth exercise is the seated crunch. Now I want to be honest with you. This is not a floor crunch. This is not the kind where you're lying down and doing hundreds of repetitions. This is better, because you're in a chair, and the angle changes everything. You sit at the edge of your chair, you lean back slightly, just slightly until you feel your lower abdominal muscles engage to hold you. You are not slumping, you are actively contracting. From that position, you bring your chest slightly forward and down, performing a small crunch motion. Hold for 1 count. Release. Repeat. You will feel this immediately in your lower belly. That burn you feel? That is your abdominal muscles waking up. That is the muscles that have been dormant under layers of lower belly fat finally doing their job. When those muscles get stronger, they tighten, they tone, they create a foundation that supports fat loss. And the seated angle means your lower abs, the ones responsible for that pouch below your navel, are the primary muscles doing the work. 15 repetitions, slow and controlled. Focus on the squeeze at the top of each contraction. Do not rush. Do not count fast just to get through it. Every repetition is purposeful. Every repetition is progress. And the sixth exercise, the one that I think is the most underrated, the lean back hold. You sit at the edge of your chair. You cross your arms over your chest. And you lean back slowly until your body is at about a 45-degree angle. And you hold. That's it. You hold that position. Because here's what happens. Your entire core, your lower abs, your deep stabilizers, all the muscles that wrap around that stubborn lower belly fat, they have to fire continuously just to keep you from falling back. It is an isometric exercise, meaning the muscle contraction is constant and sustained. And sustained contractions are absolutely devastating to stored fat in that region. Hold for 10 seconds, work up to 30, work up to a minute, and breathe steadily throughout. Never hold your breath. Oxygen is your fuel. Oxygen is what makes fat burning possible. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and hold that position with everything you've got. Now I want to tell you about Margaret. Margaret was 67 years old. She had 2 bad knees and a bad back. She had tried every diet. She had purchased equipment that gathered dust in her garage. She came to me as a last resort, she said. And I said to her, Margaret, sit down. And she sat. And I showed her these 6 exercises. Just these 6. Nothing else. And I told her, do them every day. 15 minutes. Every day. She looked at me like I was crazy. She said, Jack, that's too simple. That can't work. And I said to her, Margaret, simple is what works. Complex is what fails. Simple is what you'll actually do tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. 6 weeks later, Margaret came back. She had lost 2.5 inches from her lower belly. 2.5 inches without running a single step, without lifting a single weight, without spending a single dollar on equipment, just a chair, just consistency, just 15 minutes a day of the kind of focused work I've just described to you. And she cried. Not from sadness, from relief, because she had spent years believing that her body was done. That change was impossible for her. And in 6 weeks, she learned the truth. Your body is never done. Your body is always willing to respond to movement. Your body wants to be vital. You just have to give it the signal. Now let me talk about the obstacles, because I would be doing you a disservice if I pretended this is all easy and painless. Some days you will feel discomfort. Maybe your hips are stiff. Maybe your lower back aches at first. Here's what I tell people. Movement through mild discomfort is healing. Avoidance of all discomfort is decline. If you have real medical conditions, talk to your doctor first always. But if your discomfort is simply the feeling of muscles being asked to work after a long vacation, that feeling is good. That feeling is progress. That feeling is your body waking up. Some days you will feel lazy, not tired, lazy. And I want you to know the difference. Tired means your body genuinely needs rest. Lazy means your mind is making excuses. On lazy days, you sit in your chair and you start with one exercise. Just one. One set of knee lifts. And 90% of the time, once you start, you'll keep going. Because starting is the hardest part. The hardest part is always getting into the chair and beginning. After that, momentum takes over. Biology takes over. Your body remembers what it's supposed to do. Some days you will feel inconsistent. You'll miss a day, maybe two, and the voice in your head, that lazy, lying voice will say, "You've ruined it. You failed. Start over Monday." Don't listen to that voice. Miss one day, you haven't lost momentum. Miss a week, you've got some ground to recover, but it's not gone. The only failure is quitting permanently. Every single day you come back to that chair is a victory, period. Let me talk to you about what this could look like in 30 days. Because I want you to have a vision. I want you to be able to see it. In the first week, you're getting familiar with the exercises. Your muscles are remembering how to activate. You might feel soreness. Good. That soreness is your lower belly fat getting nervous. In the second week, the exercises start to feel more natural. Your posture improves because your core is getting stronger. You might notice your clothes fitting slightly differently. Your lower belly might feel firmer. In the third week, you start pushing the repetitions higher. You hold the lean back longer. You march faster. Your heart rate gets up more easily. You're burning more calories in 15 minutes than you were burning in week 1. And in week 4, you look in that mirror and you see something different. The pouch isn't gone, not in 30 days, let's be honest. But it's smaller. It's firmer. The outline of something better is starting to emerge. And more importantly, you feel different. You feel more capable, more energetic, more in control of your own body than you've felt in years. That's 30 days with a chair. 30 days of 15 minutes a day. 450 total minutes of movement that you can do in your living room, in your office, in your kitchen, anywhere you can put a chair. You already have the equipment. You already have the time. What you need is the decision. Here's the 30-day challenge I'm giving you right now. Starting today, not tomorrow, not Monday. Today, you commit to 15 minutes of chair exercises every single day for 30 days. You do the 6 exercises I've described. You do them in sequence. Seated knee lifts, seated leg extensions, seated twists, chair marches, seated crunches, lean back holds. 15 minutes, every day. You track it. You write down every single day you complete. Put it on a calendar. Put a big X through each day you finish. Watch that chain of X's grow, and don't break the chain. At the end of 30 days, measure your lower belly. Measure it at the widest point. Compare it to where you started. I will bet you everything I have that the number will be smaller. Because biology is not optional. When you consistently engage the muscles around your lower belly, when you consistently elevate your heart rate and burn calories, when you consistently increase circulation to that stubborn fat region, the fat responds. It has no choice. It is stored fuel, and you are burning it. Simple as that. Now I want to speak to you directly. The ones who have been sitting for years. The ones who feel like their body has given up on them. The ones who have tried things before and felt like they failed. I'm talking to you specifically. Because here is what I know about the human body after 70 years of studying it. It is more resilient than you believe. It is more capable than you believe. It has been waiting for you to show up. It has been waiting for the signal, and the signal is movement, even small movement, even seated movement, even a chair. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. You are not beyond transformation. I have seen it too many times. I have seen it in people who were told by doctors they would never be active again. I have seen it in people who spent decades sedentary. The body responds to movement, always, without exception. The only requirement is that you start and that you keep going. Let me paint you 2 pictures, 2 futures, 2 paths you can choose right now. The first path, you keep sitting, you keep being still, you keep telling yourself that tomorrow is when you'll start, that next month things will be different, that you'll get serious after the holiday, after the kids are back in school, after work calms down, and that lower belly fat keeps growing. and your back gets weaker because your core stays dormant, and your energy keeps declining because your circulation stays sluggish. And 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that reflection in the mirror gets harder and harder to face. Not because you're a bad person, but because your body responds to what you give it, and you gave it stillness. So it became still. The second path, you get up, or more accurately, you sit down in your chair. Today, you do 15 minutes of work, 6 exercises. You do it again tomorrow, and the day after. And 1 month from now, your lower belly is smaller, your core is stronger, your energy is better, you stand taller, you breathe easier. 3 months from now, the transformation is visible. People notice, you notice. 6 months from now, you are a different person physically. A year from now, you look back at the person you were today and you are grateful that they made the decision, that they started, that they didn't wait for perfect circumstances, because perfect circumstances never come. They just got in the chair and started moving. Both paths start right now. Both paths are created by the choice you make in the next 60 seconds. Your chair can either be your prison or your training ground. It has been your prison long enough. You have sat in it and let life pass by. You have sat in it and watched that lower belly grow. You have sat in it scrolling through other people's fitness results while yours stayed the same. Today, the chair changes its job. Today, it becomes the tool of your transformation. Today, every time you look at that chair, you're going to remember what I told you. You're going to remember the knee lifts and the extensions and the twists and the marches and the crunches and the holds, and you're going to sit down and do them. Listen to me one final time. Exercise is life. Movement is medicine. I have lived by this truth for over 70 years, and I am living proof that it works. But you don't have to start where I am. You don't have to start with an hour-long workout or a gym or a trainer. You start with a chair. You start with 15 minutes. You start today. That lower belly fat has had its run. It's had years of your sedentary lifestyle to grow unchallenged. Its time is up. You have the tool, a chair. You have the exercises, 6 of them, simple, safe, proven. You have the time, 15 minutes you've been spending on far lesser things. And now you have the knowledge. The only thing left is the decision. Make it, right now. Push back from whatever you're doing and sit up straight in your chair and lift your knee. Do it right now as you're listening. Just lift one knee. Hold it. Feel that? That's your lower belly waking up. That's your metabolism getting the signal. That's your body saying, finally, I've been waiting for this. Let's go. Your body, your chair, your transformation, starting now. Let's get to work.